Well, good evening, everybody. One of the things that obviously always intrigues us is, what on earth happened to Teresa Halbach. If it's absolutely definitive, it's definitely her that met her demise. Then you ask the question, well, why Teresa? Her disappearance, Teresa's disappearance, was literally less than a week before Thomas Kasurik and Dennis Vogel were due to give their depositions. Now, coincidences. If we never had coincidences, then that would be a strange thing, wouldn't it? The coincidence would be if we didn't have any. That would be, as I say, bizarre. So coincidences happen. But I would ask the question, does anybody think that it was merely a coincidence that Teresa was killed less than 2 weeks before Kasurik and Vogel? I think it was Kasurik that was going to go first and Vogel next, or maybe the other way around. But one of them was going to be within 10 days and one was within 15 days of Teresa's disappearance. So, you ask the question, well, is that a coincidence? It's an incredibly good coincidence for the Sheriff's Department, the Manitou Sheriff's Department, Vogel and Kasurik, if it is. Personally, no, I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think many people out there think it's a coincidence either. So as I say, we sort of asked the question, well, I've regularly looked at the horror of the fact that if the Sheriff's Department, as contrary to what Kenneth Peterson says, it's easier to frame Stephen Avery than it is to kill him. Killing him would not have stopped the civil suit from going through. It would not have stopped the depositions. If anything, there would have been huge questions asked about the demise of Stephen. You can see Luna has found her squeaky ball. 2 seconds. So it's, as I say, it's. I don't think it's coincidence that Teresa disappeared. As I say, just before these depositions are due to take place. It is far too beneficial for the bad actors in this that should happen then. So then we, as I say, why Teresa? The one thing that really bugs me about this is that obviously they had 2 years from, in fact, probably before Stephen was released, they knew that they'd got a problem. Yeah, they knew, the Sheriff's Department knew this was going to be bad news for them. They would have been hatching a plan. We hear of Andy Colburn regularly visiting the salvage yard, supposedly a buddy of Earl Avery, getting parts for his motor. But does anybody think seriously that Stephen Avery wasn't under quite a bit of surveillance to see what he's doing, or at least to see what they could do in order to frame him? So I'd like to kick off with the introduction from the Wrecking Crew, because as I say, it's interesting. Let's just read the short introduction about Teresa. The introduction. When a Midwest farm girl named Teresa Halbach went off to college in Green Bay, Wisconsin, she found her calling holding the camera. A short distance from Lambeau Field, she started making money as a part-time photographer at Green Bay's West Side shopping mall. To her family, Teresa Halbach was the happy-go-lucky, aspiring photographer. She took photographs at weddings and also snapped children's photos. But after graduating college, Teresa started dabbling in more risky, provocative photography. She had a wild and crazy side. Future employment prospects with X-rated magazines such as Hustler and Penthouse were not out of the question. Quote, I gave my permission to Miss Halbach on a number of occasions to use my photography studio for nude portraits of her clients. In fact, a portion of my own business was taking nude photographs of my clients, reflected Tom Pierce, owner of Pierce Photographer. During Teresa's last year of life, she was sucked into some of the darkest corners of the web. Her business, Photography by Teresa, was out hustling for new sexually explicit photography clients, people who needed someone to capture them in more daring and provocative poses. Photography by Teresa is adult entertainment products and services. Photography, portrait photography, professional photography, special occasion photography, visual arts company. Get in touch with Photography by Teresa with contact details. Many years after his understudy's untimely and gruesome death, Pierce was asked to review Teresa's business profile, advertising her adult-orientated photography services. Quote, based on my personal knowledge of Miss Halbach's business, that is an accurate depiction of the services offered by Miss Halbach in the regular course of her business, Pierce said. Besides her nude photography business, Halbach also hit the back roads for Auto Trader magazine. She snapped photos of cars, trucks and vans that people desired to sell. This work was concentrated around the Green Bay area, including Sheboygan and Manitowoc counties to the south. With Auto Trader, a number of the men she encountered found she had sexual appeal. They were attracted to her small frame and wanted to experience her wild side. In March 2005, Miss Halbach told me, quote, that a male Auto Trader client made sexual advances towards her and invited her into his residence, Pierce recalls. Teresa told me that this advance made her feel uncomfortable. After this incident, Miss Halbach did not mention any problems with Auto Trader clients. Specifically, Teresa never expressed concern about going to the Avery property. Yet, before she disappeared on Halloween 2005, Teresa had reason to be apprehensive. Her life was in grave danger. Once again, Tom Pierce. I was aware that Miss Halbach was getting phone calls from someone who was harassing her, Pierce said. At the same time, a messy divorce case at the Brown County courthouse in downtown Green Bay was also preoccupying her time. A husband and wife who lived near Green Bay had used her nude photography services at her Green Bay studio on Western Avenue. But when the couple's rocky marriage crumbled, Teresa began a romantic relationship with the man who was almost a decade older than her. He ran a wedding disc jockey service and worked for a Green Bay television station. Teresa had taken nude photographs of Bradley and his wife. After this, Bradley and his wife had broken up, and Teresa started dating Bradley. I'm just going to pause it and let this dog in. She's now minus squeaky ball. So as I say, Teresa had taken nude photographs of Bradley and his wife. After this, Bradley and his wife had broken up, and Teresa started dating Bradley. Teresa and Bradley would only have sex, and Teresa did not have any feelings for him, and it was only physical. Bradley and his wife were having problems at one time, and he would confide in Teresa about his problems. On the day before she died, Teresa exchanged emails with a supportive friend who encouraged her efforts to grow her adult-orientated photography business. Quote, hey, Teresa, it was great to hear about your busy life. Sounds like so many things have changed for you in the last year. I'm so happy to hear that business is good. Sounds like you have many hobbies and things going on. It's great. I'm envious and wish I could make the time for that. I wouldn't have imagined Adrienne asking you to take nude photographs of her. That's cool, though, that she is comfortable enough. Maybe we could pass your name around for porn shots. 5 weeks earlier, a guy named Ken sent an email to Teresa's photography business, thanking her for the letter and package she sent him. Quote, and the package. Well, I think you take better care of me than my mother does. Well, I think that's a good thing. I wouldn't want my mum sending me a porn. I really appreciate everything, and damn it, I really want to talk with you. I really miss you, and really thank you for sending me messages to my beeper. I should be back online on Monday. Hopefully we can talk. I miss you and thank you very much for the goodies. I'll let you know the results. By Ken. By November the 4th, 2005, 4 days after Teresa visited Avery Road in Manitowoc County for a scheduled photo assignment, the Calumet County Sheriff's Office opened a trunk inside her bedroom. She had recently moved into the 2-story house on her family's dairy farm near the town of Halbach, population 1100. I did locate in a trunk directly next to Teresa's bed several nude photos of a male and a female. Included with these photos were several negatives. These were a portrait order from Pierce Photography, which had the name Bradley and Casey Check. At that point, nobody knew whether these nude photos of the divorced couple were at the heart of her disappearance. The woman had taken out an emergency protection order to keep her ex-husband away from her and out of her life. The photographs recovered from Teresa's bedroom were a focal part of the bitter divorce case. Given Teresa's disappearance, the police would attempt to learn more about Teresa's sexual intimacy with the Green Bay disc jockey. By the end, Teresa was pretty much leading a double life, Check said. Pause it there. A lot more thoughts on why Teresa, which we will explore in future videos. As usual, let me know your comments and thoughts as to whether, as I say, if anybody thinks it was just purely a happy coincidence for the Manitowoc Sheriff's Department that Teresa should disappear just before the depositions, then yeah, okay. As I say, strange things happen. Coincidences do occur. But on this occasion, it's far too big a coincidence, I would have thought. The timing of Teresa's demise is more than just coincidence. But as usual, let me know through the comments, and we'll we'll do a few more videos where we chat about the subject of Teresa Halbach. Okay, catch you all soon. Apologies for the noisy dog. She's only a 6-month-old pup, and she likes to hear the sound of her own voice. Bye for now.